Detroit, and welcome to another edition of Beauty in the D with your host, Stephanie Coney. Every week we have a phenomenal guest, and so today will be no different. Here in the studio, I have with us today Mr. James Harris, who's running for Detroit City Council. How you doing?
Good. How you doing today?
Wonderful. Thanks so much for being here. So, for the people who don't really know you, I am going to just go over your bio so they'll know whose name to check at the polls tomorrow.
Okay.
We have James C. Harris, the People's Chief. Growing up in Detroit, James would play in his fire chief car at the young age of 2 years old, hoping and dreaming to become a firefighter someday. His dream became a reality in 1997. James was assigned to Rescue Squad 5, one of the busiest rescue squads in the nation at the time. While assigned to Squad 5, James Chief Harris holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice administration. He is a graduate of the Carl Holmes Executive Development Institute in Georgia and a graduate of the Eastern Michigan Staff and Command Executive Fire Management Program. Appointed Chief of the Community Relations Division in July 2021. In January 2022, he earned the position of Public Information Officer, which enabled him to not only represent the best fire department in the world, but use one of his gifts and passion of public speaking. He is the proud father of two daughters, the past president of the Phoenix of the Detroit Fire Department, and the Tug of War team and the public safety football team. He enjoys volunteer work with his fraternities, the Masons, Shriners, and Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity, Inc. Member of the Rotary Club of Detroit, he is also a member of the historic Little Rock Baptist Church in Detroit. Again, welcome to Beauty in the D.
Welcome. Welcome.
So I want to talk to you today about, let's just get right into it. Why are you running for Detroit City Council?
I love serving the people. As you can see, it's been 28 years with the Detroit Fire Department. So clearly I love the people of the city of Detroit because I put my life up on the line as
Yes, you
collateral
have.
for the people of the city of Detroit.
I have so much respect for firefighters, first of all.
Oh, thank
Y'all
you.
going into burning buildings, not knowing what the outcome is going to be.
True.
That's a lot of bravery.
I think it's a calling.
It's a calling.
Yeah, because I got a lot of friends, and I know a lot of police officer friends, and they're like, I'm not running in the burning building. I'm like, I'm not chasing nobody with a gun. So I think it's it's truly a calling.
Yeah, truly
Yes,
a calling.
definitely.
So reading your bio, starting as a little boy in your little fire car, you knew that this was something you wanted to do. So clearly, the calling has been on you for a while.
Absolutely. I think that was God. Also, as far as running, you asked me what made me run. This
Yeah.
started as a young man. I was in Cordis Elementary School. That's over there on Davidson and Rose Line. It's closed now, DPSCD school. And we had a council member come to our school
Mm-hmm.
for career day. And
Okay.
they spoke to us as fifth graders. And they made us feel like our voice mattered then. We
Mm-hmm.
were talking, going back and forth. And the way he commanded respect of the room, and the way he talked to us, and the way he made it seem like we could make a difference that day in the fifth grade.
Mm.
So fast forward after school, I'm in the safety patrol. Go figure. I love public safety. So I'm on my post right on Davidson and Ewald Circle, and I'm sitting there and I'm standing there and I'm making sure I'm taking it serious.
Uh-huh.
I don't want nobody to get injured on my watch. So when I'm sitting there, I'm standing there, I hear a horn and I look up and I see a thumbs up. And who is it? It's
That
the
city
council
council
member
person.
in the car. They had a driver at the time. I'll never forget, it was like a Chrysler or something. They gave me the thumbs up and I gave it back. And on the way walking home, I'm like, dang, he remembered me.
Yeah.
I'm going to serve the people like that one day.
That is such an awesome, amazing story.
Yes.
So that just shows how important career days are for kids.
Huge.
You know, how often do you pour into kids to give them that feeling that they could do what you do?
Every time I get invited, sometimes I volunteer on my own, like, hey, that's cool right there. Let me walk up and see what they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to be a member. I'm still a part of the 180 program.
Okay.
So the 180 program, you go to the schools and we have cohorts and we sit around in a circle. We don't talk down, and we sit down right with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these kids, these students, they have issues in school. Some of them are on the brink of getting kicked out of that school or that school district permanently.
Mm-hmm.
and we bring them back. We get them refocused. We talk to them. We mentor them. We give them snacks. We give them alternatives. We tell them how we grew up and we weren't perfect. So I love doing that with the 180 program, but also with my frats, with the Masons, with the Shriners, with the Kappa Alpha Psi. We do a lot of mentoring with our Kappa League. My job, we go into schools and teach fire safety to all the students.
Good.
So each and every opportunity, I could be at the store. I could see a young man, they might be swearing or doing something I used to do when I was their age. I pull them to the side like, hey, come here, man. Let me talk to you.
Thank you for that, James.
Yes. But that's what's needed.
Need more. I was just about to say, we need more men to take on that role, because you know what? When you do that, you're probably one of few positive Black men that they can look at and get that positive reinforcement from. Yes. You're not cussing them out back in return.
No.
Let me holler at you
Been
for
there.
a minute.
Yeah. Been there. A lot of them look at me and like, oh, he's a chief. He's perfect. He doesn't do nothing wrong. I'm like, look, I've been kicked out of school before.
From the day.
I've had fights in school. I've been chased home from school. I've chased people home from school. I'm not an angel. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I had a praying mom. I'm a God-fearing. And I had strong male leaders in my neighborhood who pull me to the side and say, hey, man, this is what you need to do. Don't go left, go the right way. So I owe it to them. The shoulders I stand on, I owe it to bring the next generation along. Yes.
So tell me this, what's one of the scariest situations or fearful situations you've been in as far as being a firefighter?
Ooh, I've been doing this a long time, probably before you was born. So I got to think. The scariest part of a fire to me, and everybody's got their own different things. Of course, it's hot. Of course, there's smoke. Of course, there's flame. My biggest fear is building collapse. That building collapsing on you. That house, that building, that structure collapsing.
Not being stuck in a corridor.
I'm going to get out. We're trained. We got one of the best fire departments in the world.
I saw that.
Yes. So we're heavily trained. That's all we do is train. And then we get on the job training as well. But we took a lot of technical courses. We still take them. And it teaches you how to escape in case of a disaster, get people out. And we never do this alone. It's teamwork.
Yeah.
That's one of the beauties of firefighting. People think, on TV you watch and you think it's one firefighter that drives the truck, the same firefighter gets off the truck, rescues the people. No, it's 25 of us at least on the scene of just a house fire, maybe even more if it's a bigger fire.
Okay.
So everybody does their part and nobody's left behind. So don't get it wrong. I'm not invincible. I do think about the fire. I think about the smoke. I think about falling through the floor. But my biggest fear is actually that building falling on me.
Wow. So all of these things that you have done has led us up to where we are today, the eve of the election.
Yes.
This is, I don't know if people really realize this. This is a historic election for so many reasons.
Absolutely.
We have a woman. Some predicting this will be our first woman mayor for the city of Detroit.
Yes.
We have a woman running, even though we've had a woman run before. We had Sharon McPhail. But to get this far,
Yes.
And then her opponent, Pastor Solomon Kinlock. We have a well-known pastor who has one of the fastest growing churches in the Metro Detroit area. And then we have the city council at large, right? This is historic. We have Mary Waters, who's been there for forever. I can't even quote how many years. Right. And then Coleman A. Young Jr. Right. You got to knock one of them off their spot.
Yes.
How you feeling about this? No pressure, but how you feeling about this pressure?
I feel great. Detroit is a blue collar town.
It is.
We roll our sleeves up and get it done.
Yeah, we do.
So I've been putting in the work.
Okay.
I mean, from day one, and let me take the word "I" out of it. My team and myself have been putting in the work. We've been everywhere, from Alta Road to Telegraph, from Atwater to 8 Mile. We've covered the 142 square miles of the city of Detroit, shaking hands, talking to people, listening to people, having forums, listening parties, you name it. We've done it. From every age, every age. It's a diverse city. So every ethnicity, every economic class, we've reached out to them. So I feel very good about what I'm doing, and I'm doing it for the people. And I'm a people person, and I'm a neighborhood person. And don't get it wrong, I love downtown. I love Midtown, Corktown. I love it. But what about Bewick and Mac?
Oh,
you know what I mean? What about Linwood?
Yeah.
What about 7 Mile?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Gunston? I'm a Detroiter. What about Verner? What about Shane? So I'm a true blue Detroiter, born and raised. I bleed Detroit. I bleed Fago and Verner's. I'm a I
love that, and corned beef sandwiches. I love that.
Yes.
So, I'm glad you said that about all ages, all demographics, because a lot of us know that, the seniors really cater to Mary.
They do.
That is her, she does something for them every year, that's her niche, I would say. Probably because they really do get out here and vote.
They do.
Have you spent a lot of time with them? Because I'm sure they want to hear, like, well, what can I expect from this young man,
They
running
do.
in and out of burning buildings? What can he really do for the seniors? What was your stance with them?
My stance with them is I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. I was fortunate enough to know 2 great grandmothers and a great grandfather, and all 4 of my grandparents, and my great uncles and aunts. So I was raised by Detroit's elder. I know what it's like going to church in Detroit. The old school rules with Detroiters. I grew up shoveling snow and cutting grass in the neighborhood to earn my money. So when I go to the seniors and I talk to them, whether I'm going to the senior homes or I'm going to where their groups are, their block clubs are, my first thing is the truth. It's time for a change.
It is.
And I used to listen to my grandparents. They used to listen to, it was a gentleman by the name of Sam Cooke. And he had a song called "A Change Is Gonna Come." And if you vote for James Harris, a change is gonna come. And I'm not knocking the incumbents or anything, but it's time for a change.
It is time for a change.
We need some fresh blood in there.
You took the words out of my mouth. We need some fresh blood, some young blood, and somebody, you absolutely know the city left and right from protecting our city. So thank you for your services too.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All these organizations that you belong to, they're all organizations that give, the Shriners, the Masons, your fraternity, the Kappas. How have they helped you with your campaign and supported you with this journey?
I'm human. So I'm not gonna lie. It's been over a year since I've been started this campaign, this journey, and I'm human. You know what I mean? A lot of people, like my kids, think I'm invincible. Like, hey, Daddy bleeds too. Daddy.
I think you're invincible.
Yeah, thank you. But I've had some days where I'm like, man, I'm really getting beat down on this campaign trail, and hey, come on, bro, let's go. Lift me up. Let's keep going. You made it this far. Let's keep going. My firefighter fraternity, they like, hey, we got you. You'll be the first firefighter ever to sit on city council. Let's go. So my fraternities, my church family, my biological family, I can't thank them enough. My parents, my siblings, my frat brothers, my kids, everybody. They just been 100% pushing me.
Got involved.
Yes.
They have your back. That's what's up.
Yes.
So Little Rock, that's Pastor Holly, right?
So that's my spiritual father.
Okay. Shout out to Pastor Holly.
Shout out to Pastor Jim Holly, Dr. Jim Holly. He's retired now. Now we have Antoine Colvin as our pastor. But yes, right on Woodward.
Yeah. Yes. He came to our church about 2 months ago, if that, and preached. It's always good, always a pleasure to see Reverend Holly in the building.
That's
so
my guy.
I didn't even know he was retired. So to know that he came off retirement to come.
Well, he retired from the church. He a pastor. That's who he is.
That's
who he's gonna give you that word and give you that spiritual nourishment.
So those are all good things. Good. Not to say anything wrong with any of the other churches, but that's a strong church right here, and to see that that's where your spiritual roots are rooted at, where you attend services. That's good to know as well, because he's he's always been prominent in the city of Detroit. He loves the city of Detroit as well,
and will do anything for it.
Yes. So we talked about the organizations that you belong to. They're all giving organizations. They've supported you. Why now, though? Why this election?
You know what? I gave a speech. I introduced the governor probably about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And it's always been on my mind. Like I said, not only did the council member come into my elementary school, but I got my start with elected officials putting yard signs in the grass as a teenager for another candidate. So that's where I got my start. And I always, in the back of my mind, I knew I was going to serve in some capacity. So people started approaching me after I introduced her. People were like, hey, it's your time. It's your time.
Oh, so it came to you.
I'm like,
you didn't just wake up and say,
no.
City council.
No, a lot of my buddies used to tease me and during college and afterwards, like they would call me councilman or mayor or just little political thing or senator, because they always knew it was in my heart. And I majored in political science when I first left to go away to school.
Okay.
So yes.
Well, you know what? I'm rooting for you. I know the team is rooting for you. You got a lot of people rooting for you. But again, this is a historic election. Are you, and it's the eve, are you And I wanted just to give a shout out to you too about the strength that you have, because the people that you're going up against, they've been here, and Detroit
Yes.
does vote on name recognition.
Yes.
They just do. What have you done to separate yourself from these two people, these two incumbents? What have you done to separate yourself and differentiate the chief from Mary Waters and Coleman A. Young?
I think Detroit needs strong leadership. Not saying they're not strong, but you need strong, decisive leadership.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4:00 in the morning on 14th Street, and there's 4 people hanging off the 4th-story window. You got to make a decision now. You can't sit around and be like, you know what? Call me back, or let me get back to you. No, there's people hanging out the window right now. You got to make a decision, a firm decision, and stand on it. And that's what Detroit needs.
Yeah.
Strong leadership, decisiveness, and let's go.
And that speaks for itself, because in your everyday profession, that's what you do. You have to make split-second decisions at the drop of a dime.
Yes.
That determines how somebody's going to come out.
Also, you need to be approachable. I don't know. Yeah. People need to be able to touch you. People need to be able to see you.
Yeah.
I'm there.
You are
You're not going to see me every 4 years. No, I'm grocery shopping next to you. Mm-hmm. No, I'm getting my shoes shined next to you. Mm-hmm. I'm worshiping next to you at church. Mm-hmm. I'm a person you can call, and I'm going to show up on any given day.
So he's in my community.
Correct.
Yeah, he's in this fight with us.
Yes.
So what do you think about the current events going on right now? And shout out to our mayor for stepping up and helping people. You know, the EBT was supposed to be turned off on the 31st. So yes. Give a shout out. I love Detroit. What are your thoughts on that? Because I don't know how long this temporary plan is going to be in place, and we don't know how long the government going to be shut down, and if it does reopen, if these programs are going to be reinstated.
That's key. That's why it's so important to get out tomorrow, November 4th, and get to the polls and vote, because a lot of people get frustrated. I mean, they say, hey, my vote doesn't count. Why should I vote? Politics and your voting, you vote local, that affects you.
Absolutely.
That affects whether your lights are going to be, your street lights are going to be on, where your garbage is going to get picked up, whether we're coming when you call 911, whether the police department is coming when you dial 911. So that's why voting is so important, and relationships do matter. Yeah. So as elected as your city council member at large, I'm going to definitely work diligently with our Wayne County government, our government up in Lansing, our state government, and the federal government. We have to work together for a greater Detroit, because you got to put the people first. And the spotlight should never be on the elected official. The spotlight is on the people.
Absolutely. Unless the spotlight is on the elected official who has done so much for the people that you just can't help but give them a shout out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but what are your thoughts on this? You know, with the whole EBT and everything like that. I feel for some people who make it a way of life, you know, but like for our seniors, for example, you know, I feel like in their low income, they've earned the right to have a bridge card.
They've earned the right to have a bridge card. They shouldn't be paying high property taxes if they still own their home.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be having to pay high insurance rates for medical. I hate that a lot of us got our pensions taken away from us during bankruptcy. So I definitely fight for that. But with the SNAP and the benefits, I think we got to go old school. You know, it was a time before the internet, before the telephones. Our ancestors, they took care of one another. You got to learn how to garden, grow our own food, and take care of somebody. A lot of times in society, we have a bad habit of turning our backs or not paying attention. You can go to some neighborhoods and they don't know the person that lives across the street from them, and they've been living across the street from each other for a year or two.
True.
That's unacceptable. We should all know our neighbors. Love thy neighbor. We should all be able to take care of each other. So you see somebody and you're doing a little bit better than them, reach back and pull them along and help them out. But we've got to stick together. Our church groups, our fraternities, sororities, our block clubs, our organizations, our nonprofits. We've got to stay strong, because this is the time to be fight this strong fight.
This is the time.
Yes.
And so everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
And perhaps, you know, with taking a negative and turning into a positive, perhaps this is something we needed to bring us together, because you brought up a good point. I grew up knowing all my neighbors and playing with them, and they knew my mama.
Yes.
And then even with the garden, I remember my mother always having greens and cucumbers and tomatoes. And
yes.
I don't even know what kind of dirt to buy to start a garden. And I grew up with this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm almost a little ashamed to say that.
But
maybe we need to take it back to the basics.
Take it back. Yes.
To the sense of community.
Come on. Yes.
What do you feel is the reason for so much crime in the city of Detroit, especially amongst the young people?
Conflict resolution, number one. A lot of people, they can't accept a loss. Rejection. You got a lot of violence, domestic violence. That's my girlfriend. That's my boyfriend. We're going to fight over him, fight over her. And just being humble, being a bigger person, knowing how to say sorry, knowing how to say my bad.
Yeah,
we walk past each other. I stepped on your shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. But no, it's, you stepped in my shoe. Somebody got to go. Let me go grab the pistol. So I don't know if we can ever stop weapons from being around. Weapons have been around since the beginning of time, practically. Yes. But we can change the culture and change the conflict resolution. And there's always going to be conflicts. There's always going to be arguments. But you don't have to go all the way left and kill somebody. You know what I mean? I remember a time when people would have a fist fight, and 5 minutes later they're back friends. They shaking. Yeah. Okay, best man win. All right, you lost. We back friends. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now somebody got to die. So we've got to change that.
What do we do, James, to change that culture?
We got to have our children. I love video games. I know how to play video games, but let's take it back. Let's ride bikes. Let's get outside. Let's play games. A lot of people don't want to hear this, and shout out to Kronk. They got their grand opening. They back open.
Where? I grew up at Kronk.
Yeah, so now they're over off Brush.
Okay.
Yes,
so
in Brush Park.
Doing the boxing and stuff.
Yes, but boxing and people like boxing is a violent sport. So is football. So is hockey.
But it's strategic.
And box. Okay, ding, ding, ding. We fought 3 rounds. I lost. That's it. This is over. We got to live to see another day. Let's move forward. We can't hold grudges. We can't stay angry. But a lot of times, and it's not just a Detroit thing, it's in an urban community where there's a little bit of poverty. A lot of times you're angry, you know what I mean? And you got to lash out and you got to leash out at somebody. So we got to work with our youth. That anger.
So poverty, in your opinion, poverty equates to anger.
Rest. That's why we got to create jobs. We got to have fresh new businesses in the city of Detroit, where our tax base is getting bigger, and our rec centers. We need to bring sports. We need to bring art. We need to bring music, coding, things like that should be in our rec centers. And let's take it even further back, old school. What happened to home making and wood shop? Let's have that in our rec centers.
James.
Let's do that.
How we even do that? Because I grew up with all of those things. I grew up hanging out at Kronk's.
Okay. So you got hands.
I love something from down the streets.
All right.
And I grew up also hanging out at the Boys and Girls Club.
Absolutely.
Where we did shop and all of that. You know what I mean? Just we played t-ball, softball, all of that. I don't see or hear like. Luckily, I was able to put my daughter in the Boys and Girls Club, the one over there off of Collinwood.
That's where I grew up. That's the first Boys and Girls Club I went to. And
that's what's up. Shout out to them.
Shout out to Boys and Girls Club of Michigan. Sean Wilson and they doing a tremendous job with the Boys and Girls Club. Mm-hmm. But it's got to be more. It's got to be one, a rec center or a Boys and Girls Club or something in every neighborhood. Because that should be a walkable. You should be able to walk there. You should be able to ride your bike there.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a hard lift to get there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It like I said, it gets crowded over there. So then the kids that not able to get in, then what they do.
Yes.
Yeah. So we talked about the crime. I want to go back to city council at large, right? Yes. So for the people who don't understand, what differentiates the city council at large from your district city councils? We got 7 districts. What differentiates you guys from the regular districts? How you handle the city?
Correct. That's a great question. So, for example, if you're in District 5, you represent that District 5 as that District 5 council member. Mm-hmm. You represent everything in District 5. At large, you represent everything, the entire city, District 1 through 7. So you can implement programs in each and every district. You can help out in each and every district. And it just fits me perfectly. I was raised throughout the whole city of Detroit. I learned how to roller skate at Skateland over on the east side. Okay. Yes, over off Chalmers and Alta Road. Mm-hmm. I learned how to fish over in Southwest Detroit. I had family over on 25th, 24th Street over there. My uncle was a hunter, an angler.
Okay.
So I'm a product of Detroit, and I grew up on the west side. And my parents and most of my family, they're southeastern Jungleers. They grew up on the east side. So I was raised throughout the whole city of Detroit.
The whole city. Yeah, you just named all 7 districts. Yeah. Yep. So at large is very instrumental for the entire city.
Yes.
As opposed to being in just a district.
That's correct.
So what are you gonna bring to at large? What can we expect from you? Like, what would be one of the first things that you would want to tackle? Give me your hot list of 3, starting with what's the most priority for you.
Mental and physical health with our youth.
Okay.
The mental and physical health with our youth piece that goes back to violence. You working out. I want to make sure all our youth, we do a lot of time. Now we got technology. It makes life so easy. You don't have to get up to get a food. You can order your food from your phone. You can watch a movie from your phone.
Just lazy.
And it makes society makes us lazy. I think we need to get it back to that. Our youngsters, our young people, they need to work out. They need to jog. They need to lift weights. They need to do some calisthenics or something, yoga, whatever it is. But that being physically fit, that ties into you being mentally fit as well, because a lot of that is therapy. You go for a good jog or workout, it clears your mind. If you angry, you forget what you're angry about. After you run a mile or so, you like, okay, I'm at peace.
Get those endorphins going.
For sure. That's key. Also, our infrastructure. This is an older city.
It is.
So our sewer system, and you said you're from Southwest Detroit, you saw what happened last year with that flooding.
Yeah.
And we can't blame anybody, but the city is old. We neglected it for so many years. We didn't think about it. I'm not going to use the word neglect.
Do you think it wasn't just in the budget, or it just got neglected?
It's a heavy lift. You got to understand, this is 142 square miles of underground sewage and pipes and things like that. And they've been around since the early 1900s. So some of them are 60, 70, 80, 100 years old. So think about how much that would actually cost. So we do have to try to get grants and funding for that. That's number 2. And number 1, I just think I love walkable neighborhoods. That's James Harris's vision. A neighborhood where you can walk out your house to go worship. Your kids can walk to school. You can walk your dog to a dog park. You can go to a business of fresh produce, fresh groceries, a Detroit business in your neighborhood and feel safe about it. Where you don't have to get in the car unless you want to. But technically, everything is in your neighborhood. You got a beautiful neighborhood, well manicured, cut grass, trees, trim, shrubs, where you can just walk to everything. And that's a Detroit for everybody.
I love it. Like your vision.
Thank you.
Going back to number 1, your first priority with, getting these kids moving, getting them healthy and the mental. How do you propose we do that?
Start with schools. And I know the council and the mayor, we don't have a lot of power with the school system. That's the school board. But back to our rec centers. Implement these programs that are free at the rec center. A lot of times nowadays, parents are working. You might have, even if you got 2 parents in the house, both of them might be working.
You have to these days.
You have to make it, a lot of us.
Yeah.
So have that rec center open between 8 all the way to midnight. Because if you think about it, they just had that curfew thing. A lot of crime, a lot of mischievous things happen. They don't happen between 3 and 6. They happen at 8, 9, 10 after dark up to midnight. So keep these rec centers open late. Have open basketball. Have a class where you teach old school stuff like sewing and things of that nature. Like I said, coding, video game design, music, studios, not just rapping and singing, but how to produce, how to write music. You need things like that. And back to the physical fitness piece. You got a gym where you can work out, teach them how to properly work out.
Yeah.
And these are tools for life. Once you learn how to just keep in shape, you can do that for the rest of your life till you're 90 years old.
Clear your mind.
Clear your mind.
Yep.
Yes.
So, I'm a product of Southwest Detroit. I love
Southwest
Detroit. That's where my business is. Shout out to the SDPA.
Yes.
ICE has hit over there pretty hard, to the point there's a hair salon across from where my office is, and it's affected her business really bad, because people are afraid to go and get their hair done. And these people, and I'm not just saying it because I'm from Southwest, but these people are not criminals.
Not at
okay.
All. Right.
I don't know the statistics exactly, but there's not a lot of crime that occurs in Southwest Detroit. Correct. I'm not saying that there's not any, it's crime everywhere. But the numbers is not there like that.
I agree.
And it's definitely not from the immigrants. Okay. Correct. A lot of them are just trying to go to work and take care of their family and live a honest, peaceful life.
That's it.
But they're afraid. And a lot of these people have work permits. So they thought with the work permits, they were safe over here. What are your thoughts and feelings about these people who are just They've been here now. They ain't just crossed the border 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago. They've been here. What are your thoughts on that?
I love Southwest Detroit. I got a lot of close friends in Southwest Detroit. And it's just great over there. You know, I'm at home when I'm over there. I'm not out of my
community.
It's community. It's all about Southwest love. Everybody takes care of each other. They take pride in their community. They take pride in taking care of their homes, their cars, everything in Southwest.
Yeah.
And they keep it Southwest. It seems like everybody in Southwest knows each other.
Yeah.
That's where relationships come back. We've got to do a better job of working with our federal government. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, the federal government don't like us. They don't love us. That don't mean we give up. We keep trying.
We got to have their help.
We got to have their help. So we got to work with them. We can't cut them off. And we got to work together. And fortunately, our mayor and our police department, they do a great job protecting everybody. They're not over in Southwest harassing people. And we've got to implement programs where if they don't have their work, their proper paperwork, let's see what we can do to get it to them expediently.
Especially if they've been here for X amount of number of years. Yep. You know, let's help them stay here, because what I'm seeing is families being split. Like they're going after the male, the female, and they're taking them right now because, quote unquote, they say they're crowded, almost up to Traverse City.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's a long way from Vernon, you know, Livernois.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's sad. So you're literally splitting up families. And a lot of these people have been here for so long, they don't even know where to go.
No. They're true blue Detroiters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you and I.
Yes.
So it's really a sad situation. So yes, I like that idea of working with them and helping them to figure out what can we do to keep them here.
Yes.
Instead of just, you know, kicking them off to who knows where.
No, we're all people.
Yes. So what do you think about, this is the issue that affects everybody here in the city. You already know where I'm going. What you think about this insurance? Is there anything we can do? I mean, homeowners insurance is just like super sky high. The auto insurance, same thing. I have clients who are paying more for their car insurance than the actual car note.
Right.
My business owners, especially along like the Avenue of Fashion corridor, those who actually own the buildings, it's high. And so that cost has to get passed down to us who patronize their business. Is there anything what do you think about that? Number one, I know it's a lot of questions, but what do you think about that? Number one. And number two, is there anything that can be done to assist with that?
We have to work with our state legislators over in Lansing, because a lot of these laws are created at the state level. We got to stay up there. If we got to drive up there every day to make sure we change it. And I'm going to keep saying this, I'm going to sound like a broken record. We got to vote. You got to put the right people in office, and our state legislators, our state senators, our Congress people that really have an interest in Detroit and understand Detroiters. Because we can't, like you said, to have a high property tax, high auto insurance, high home insurance, and then you're trying to make it on middle class or middle wages or a minimum wage, that's almost impossible. So we've got to do something about that. They got a term for it. They call it the working poor.
Yeah.
And that's a shame. You know what I mean? You go to school, you go to trade school, you go to get skilled trades, you get a good job, so to think, but you can't afford to live.
Yeah.
So we've got to change that. And the only way to change that is keep on building with our legislators in Lansing, the county, and the federal government.
Absolutely. Detroit and Flint have, and this is stats, they have the highest insurance rates in the country. And a lot of people don't know this, but the insurance commissioner is the one who allows the insurance companies to take rate increases. So you made a very valid point. We have to get out here and vote, because that is on a local level.
Yes.
Okay. We have to get out here and vote. And we need to start making some noise up there in Lansing.
Yes.
How can we start making some noise up there? Because I got my senior citizens, listen, they pay their insurance. A lot of them scared to even file a claim if they have a legitimate claim.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But their rates are high, meaning they haven't filed any claims because they're scared to file some claims.
Right.
It's just not fair.
It's not.
You know.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things on the list.
So what do you want people to know about you, Chief?
That I'm here. I'm not just here 9 to 5. You can call me at 9 a.m. You can call me at 9 p.m. And I'm going to show up. That's what I do. I'm a first responder, so I'm gonna respond to serve the citizens of the city of Detroit.
How did you become a chief? How did that even happen?
A lot of prayer, a lot of training, some education, and just my love. I think it was God. It's my love for the city and my love for the fire department. It's nothing you can tell me bad about Detroit. It's nothing bad you can tell me about the Detroit Fire Department. So I was a lieutenant back in 2017. My chief at the time retired. I applied. I guess I did well on the interview. I had the qualifications. I had the education. And here I am. And I love it. It's a match made in heaven. I love what I do. It's not a day I go into work and I'm frowning or I'm sad. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm smiling, listening to my music, thinking how we can educate the citizens of the city of Detroit on fire safety and prevent any disasters.
So being chief, that wasn't something that you had to be appointed for and nominated?
I was appointed.
Okay, so who appoints you as chief?
The executive fire commissioner.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yes.
So you put in the time, you did the work, and you earned the position.
Yes.
Educated Black man.
I'll take that.
So for the people who don't know, where did you attend college? Where'd you go to school?
I started off at Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Go Jaguars. We're not doing too good in football this year. I think we're like 1-9.
That's not good.
But the band's still good.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I got my bachelor's from the University of Phoenix, and I got my master's. I just got my master's last year from Cleary University.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay. And then the Phoenix team, you were telling me off camera that is the African American firefighters.
Correct. That's the organization. That's the Phoenix of the Detroit Fire Department.
Okay, so what do they do?
We help. So at the time they were created in 1968, right after the riots in the city of Detroit. And back then, there weren't a lot of positions. There weren't a lot of commissioners and chiefs and captains and lieutenants and sergeants on the Detroit Fire Department.
There weren't, or they just
that
weren't
looked
Black?
like us.
Oh, okay.
Or were women. So a group got together. I think it was 9 or 10 of them. They got together and said, "Hey, what can we do to make sure we're included in every position and promotions and everything and training?" You know what I mean? So they got together, and it grew and grew and grew. And we're part of the International African American Firefighters. So it's national.
I was about to ask.
Yeah. So they've got like I think it's the LA has one. It's not the Vulcans. It's the Salutatorians or something. But in LA, they have them. Chicago, Philly, Orlando, Miami. So all over the United States, there are different branches. And our branch is called the Phoenix because we rose from the ashes of the 1967 riots.
So is it safe to say that Detroit started it first before it became national?
I'm not sure if Detroit, New York. We're probably one of the first.
So do you guys have like national conferences where you come together?
We do. And shout out to Teresa Singleton. She's the first lady president. She's the current president now. So she's the first, and she's doing a dynamic job. The headquarters is over there on 2733 Gratiot, right across from Louisiana Creole. But we do so much in the community. And it's not just about us. It was uplifting the community. So we would go out and mentor and train our youth on how to become firefighters. We would do fire education seminars.
Yeah.
So it's more than just us. We take care of our community.
What do you want Detroiters to know about you and what you want to tell them about tomorrow?
Tomorrow, get up and vote. The polls are open. They open up at 7 o'clock. Please get out to vote. A lot of times we complain and we want to talk, but if you don't vote, you can't say anything. That's the voice. That vote is your voice. That vote makes a difference. It really does. We were talking the other day, and people don't understand this. How many days are there in a school year?
I don't even know.
About 181.
Okay.
You know who decides that?
They seem like they out every 5 minutes.
You know who decides that?
Oh.
The state legislature.
Okay.
They make those decisions. So when you vote, you got to think. People don't think about it, but voting affects your everyday life. So when you ride down the street and you ride over a pothole and you mess up your wheels, you got to think about that. Who did we vote? Who's fighting for us? So get out. I'm the people's chief. I'm going to be here for the people. I'm going to fight for the people. I'm approachable. I'm going to be all in every 7 district, not just downtown. I'll be all over and I'm approachable. You don't have to go talk to my assistant. You can talk to me. I'm going to show up wherever, whatever neighborhood.
You're not scared?
Not at all.
So what happens to your chief position if you win city council at large?
just like with the city council, I'm a firm believer of passing the torch.
Okay.
I don't want to be in city council for 40 years.
Gotcha.
At some point, I want to pass the torch to some up and coming new young leader. Here you go. You got it. Let's go. Okay. Same with the chief position. I just got my 28th year with the City of Detroit Fire Department. The Lord has blessed me through thick and thin, through getting burned, through falling through floors, through getting injured, but I'm still here. So I would pass the torch to the next person, and I know they'll do a dynamic job because we got some great people.
Now, see, I asked you that when I said what was one of the scariest or fearful things. You didn't mention anything about being burnt and falling down. So
I guess because I've been burned and I fell through a floor before, so I know what that's like. I'm still here.
Wow, praise God.
Yeah.
Were you hospitalized?
I was receiving. People don't know this. Receiving has one of the best burn centers in the nation.
I didn't know that, people.
Yes. So
in the nation.
Yes, and the Lord and Detroit Receiving blessed me. You can't even tell. I have my ears, my neck, my wrists.
What?
Yes.
I can't tell. I would have never known that. Yes. So listen, you are about that life for real. We said that in Detroit, but no, putting your life on the line, your civic duty, giving back to your community, not being afraid. The leadership speaks for itself. You're very approachable. I just think from day when you said you was right, I was like, oh yeah, I'm voting. You got my vote.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't take it for granted.
You got my vote.
Thank you so much.
But I think you'll do very well in this position. I wish you all the best. And to everybody that's watching us today, if you need to vote, like me, I wait till last. I didn't do absentee. I didn't do any of that. I want to go to my poll and
like the feel of it.
And circle my candidate.
Yes.
So for the rest of the people who are like me, my family is like that too.
Yes.
Y'all get out there and y'all vote for James Harris.
Please.
Chief James Harris for City Council at large.
Yes.
So for people who don't know, for instance, where their polling location is it are they able to go down to the boulevard?
They can. The Department of Elections is over on the boulevard, but they can. I thought you were going to ask, can they find out what precinct they are?
Oh yeah, can they?
So when you get your license, your driver's license in the mail, your voter registration card is usually with it, and it'll tell you what precinct. But you can also Google it and find out as well. Whatever address that is on your driver's license, that's your voting precinct. That's where you go.
Okay.
But please get out tomorrow, 7:00. The polls open. James Harris, City Council at large.
What time they close?
I want to say they close at 8.
Okay, so if you're getting off work late, you can still go and cast your vote.
Please go.
Yeah, please go. We got to make a change in the city.
We do.
And like you said, it starts with voting. It's time for some new, fresh blood. Not saying that there's anything wrong with the current, people on the incumbents. And not saying there's anything wrong at all with them. But, you keep doing the same thing, you'll keep getting the same thing.
Results, yes.
So it's time to do something different.
Yes.
I know all the firefighters got your back. I know they are rooting for you.
I hope so, because I got their back.
That's for sure.
Yes.
All right, Detroit. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Beauty in the D. We have Chief James Harris here today, who's running for Detroit City Council at large. Again, get out there, cast your vote. This is what you can expect. Transparency. Somebody who wants to see the youth succeed, wants to see the youth get well mentally as well as physically, who will help us go to Lansing, and talk about these insurance rates. And most importantly, help our neighborhoods feel like communities again with their walkable. I'm just paraphrasing what you said.
Amen. Yes.
So we want to see everybody at the polls. I want to be celebrating with you.
Yes.
And tune in again, next week to Beauty in the Deep with your host, Stephanie Coney. It's been a pleasure. See you next time. Peace.
Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So run this. I'm going to run them. Everybody run it. Everybody share it.
Yes.
So that people know. I know that, like I said, they know you in Southwest. They got your stickers up. They supporting you. Got much love.
Yes.
Erwin, he is a major voice in Southwest Detroit. Matter of fact, he was just elected to the board for the SDBA.
Oh, dope.
So, he's got your back. You got this.
Thank you. I don't take it for granted at all. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yes.
So.
All right.
Yes. All right, Roger. I think Roger in there on the phone.